Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, it's called to order the planning board meeting for the town of Mendon for Wednesday, May 1st. First item on our agenda is to approve the minutes from the April 17th planning board meeting. Wondering if everybody had a chance to look at those, if there were any questions or comments or anything. Would someone like to make a motion that we approve those minutes? Paul, and seconded by Earl. Okay. Moving right along, we have the Roche special use permit public hearing.
Roach.
Roche, that's right.
Roach. You made it French.
Wait, okay,
Arch.
Arch,
You pronounce it without the E. It's Roach.
that's what I thought I said.
So like Roach.
Oh, we have to, okay, this one's going to be vote. Is that what you're telling me to?
No, it sounded like you said Roche.
No, but we do need to vote on
Oh.
the approval of the minutes.
Oh, we
So
do.
Anyone in favor of approving the minutes? Anyone opposed?
Okay, good.
Okay,
Thanks. My
so-
bad.
Vote, his name is not Bo. His name is Roach.
Yeah.
Just what I said.
Right.
Okay. All right. Come on, take that off and have a seat. Come and talk if you want.
Oh, my heavens. I'm just,
You're just no support.
Yeah, mom.
That's,
Yes, I-
okay,
yeah,
that's what moms are here for, right? So, this is a public hearing. Do I need to open the public hearing
One, you can have the applicant present and then open the public hearing.
after?
Sure.
Okay, so would you like to let us know what you have going on?
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Patrick Roach. Grew up in Honey Falls. I was class of 07. I started a catering business that's based around roasting pigs about maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And I've been slowly growing my business in the area until last year I bought a food truck. And this year I've gotten big enough where I'm looking to open up a brick and mortar in Mendon, on Assembly Drive by the supermarket. It'll be a pizza style type of shop, so it'll be open just during the weekdays, probably from 11 to 8. It'll be more of a to-go style, but there will be some seating available for people to dine in. And there'll be refreshments, but no alcohol or anything like that.
And there you go.
Yep.
So you submitted your application. And. Here it is. So it's gonna be a barbecue.
Yep.
With limited seating, just as you said. And you're in that little plaza there
Yeah,
on
we're-
Assembly
Right
Drive.
next to Kitchen Express and I think it's Speedy's, the
Yep.
Thai food place.
Yep, and it used to be the
Mark's Pizzeria.
Mark's Pizzeria.
Yep.
Okay.
Been making it for quite a while. They're happy to have me in there.
I bet. Okay, and all the parking is in the front.
Yep, there's employee parking in the back, but all the parking for the customers are in the front.
Okay. And, I was just gonna ask you, are you making any exterior changes with lighting or anything like that?
I do have it proposed in the plan, that's on one of those pages in the booklet there. To possibly have a neon sign in one of the windows. It would be just like one of those bar signs that you see at the cottage or at Cosmos or something like that, but nothing too bright or flashy. But that would be the only lighting, and that would be interior, and it'll only be on during operation, hours of operation. Other than that, no lighting changes, no outside changes, no paint jobs, no nothing like that, excuse me.
Okay, and your refuse,
Excuse me,
your garbage?
my garbage is a dumpster out back, it's been in the same spot. I believe it's on the site map, it's circled in the back there, and it's still located in that same position from the aerial photo.
That's shared with the other tenants? or-
Yeah, yeah. Speedy's barely uses it. It's usually just filled with a couple pieces of wood from the Kitchen Express place. So,
And. Anybody have any questions, comments, any concerns?
You had a mobile business before?
I bought a food truck last year, so I still am operating that as well. But it's under the same LLC, but kind of like a separate entity. That'll be more like weekends and for big festivals and stuff like that.
That'll be stored here too.
I do have permission from the owner to store it there. But there is a little bit of a conflict of interest with the semi trucks that back into the parking lot with Kitchen Express. So most likely it'll be stored in my house where it normally is stored. But there might be some times where if I'm using it that day, that I'll be storing it for that day, because I don't want to be driving back and forth from home to work. But as a permanent structure,
And you're not gonna operate out of that.
The food truck? No.
Food truck
No.
at that site.
yeah, no,
No.
no, everything will be out of the commercial kitchen that's in there.
Okay,
Even the pig roasting.
The pig roasting, that's just for private events for like weddings and
Okay, so
graduation
you won't
parties.
ever have any outdoor cooking?
No, that's I only roast pigs if you're having me do it right in your backyard.
Only small issue I have is with the neon sign.
Yeah,
If you could consider something that's not neon, I think it would really fit better with the character of not only the buildings, but the surrounding area. I know the cottage has some neon signs,
Yeah.
but it's more of a bar and.
so I did kind of misspeak. I do call it a neon sign. It is, the sign that we're looking at is like an LED sign. So it's not like a super bright neon with the glass and everything. It basically is just a red circle, and then it has my logo that kind of lights up. So it's not like a super bright, extravagant neon sign.
You know, does our code limit the number of lumens from signage, like how it might, if it does, then we would have to have it comply with.
I don't know offhand if it does.
how big the sign is?
We haven't ordered it yet. I was waiting for you guys to be, we were waiting, I was waiting on approval for you guys, to be able to open. I didn't wanna order a couple hundred, possibly $700 sign and then have it not fit to code, so.
LED to me is still obtrusive and stuff, because it still can be very bright.
Yeah,
If you could consider something like the gooseneck lighting or some other kind of accent lighting.
Yeah.
That would fit better with the surrounding area.
Okay.
And the building itself, I think that would be an improvement.
okay,
If you chose to do it on a wall inside, is that different? That's different, I think, because it's in your space.
Right.
We don't really regulate that.
yeah,
And also, it's not.
that's shining directly from the
Exactly,
street,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to make sure it was only on during operation, hours of operation. I didn't want it like at 1 AM or 2 AM on a Tuesday night to be lighting up all of Assembly Drive. But yeah, if it is inside the interior and on what, it would still be visible through the window, but as long as it's on the interior wall, it would be something you guys would approve.
If it's in the well,
Well.
I think you were saying if it's in the wall, like if it's for the inside, that's different than if it's in
Not
the
if it's
window.
mounted to the inside of the wall, that's different.
Yeah, it would be like a picture hanging from like the back wall. But you'd
Right.
still be able to see it in it would be where she's talking about would be in the dining room. So
Yeah,
there's still good, put like 8 to 10 space. It would be like in between where the bathroom and the, yeah, exactly.
I
right
don't see
there.
a problem with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else does, but just neon on the outside.
Yeah,
In between where and where?
it would be in between the bathroom and the utility room,
The wall.
on that wall above your next finger
Oh,
there.
it says right here.
That's where I have it for the window, but if it's gonna be denied there, I would consider putting it back behind those tables on that wall in between the bathroom and the neon, or the bathroom and the utility room, so like right here where that
Setback.
yeah, set back a good, I think I have the dimensions on there, set back like a good 8-10 feet.
Okay.
We do have a picture of the proposed sign.
If
you
it's
guys would like to
indoors,
see it.
I don't think we need to see,
Yeah,
it. I don't think I
okay.
need to see. it, But anything else, but.
Just make sure, oh, go ahead.
Number of employees.
It's probably gonna stay between 2 to 5. It's not gonna be a huge operation. Including me, so it'll be maybe 3 to 6, rotating in and out. So,
I have a question. What comes to me? Did you have an opportunity to look over the letter from the code enforcement officer?
from the one from the county,
No,
No,
from
from our
Corey.
code enforcement officer, for Gates.
is it the one that Corey sent me? I did.
This one I sent
Oh,
to you.
you sent it
Yes.
to me? Yeah, I did.
Okay, so, you do know that you can only have one special use in that location.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty, in your ingress and your egress, do you have, ADA, are you ADA?
Everything's
compliant?
88 compliant.
You have your off-street parking, in your loading areas, you're gonna load in the back, right?
It-
Do you have anything coming in and out?
Yeah, it's, I do have the back door, so everything, the delivery drivers, the delivery company that I am using does have a key. So they are able to come right in the back door and put anything that's cold right into the walk-in if I'm not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything will be coming through the back door.
We talked about where your dumpster was, utilities, screening, buffering, landscaping, signs and lighting is proposed. Did you provide a narrative that kind of? Did he provide a narrative? I thought like someone said he was, or he did.
He did originally addressing that everything. Corey had done a kind of a pictometry, labeled everything, and he added to it. So it was more visual, not verbal. You know, as far as the refuse, he addressed the
that's-
lighting.
So that's,
Yes.
so that's
Like, right,
it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
within there, yeah. And then, so all that showed the parking, showed the refuse. And then he addressed later into, about the sign, the proposed sign.
The sign would need to meet code, so.
Yeah, the code does have a whole sign
Yeah,
article. And it says that the sign requires a permit from the code enforcement officer.
Mhm. Yeah, signs require permits, building permits. Mhm.
So I would say, you know, we could just put a condition on it that the sign, any signage requires a permit from the code enforcement officer per code.
I think
There
though
was a-
that speaking to the fact that it's neon and talking about our comprehensive plan and how it does not relate to that is a planning board issue. So I would like to see something written up in our, we do an approval.
in a.
Yeah, it doesn't,
resolution.
you know, maybe vote on it, I don't know, but to me, it doesn't go with our comprehensive plan.
So,
This,
I mean-
it talks to illuminated signs in the code.
Sorry?
It speaks directly to illuminated signs in the code. There's some language in there that talks to it. It doesn't talk about neon, but it talks about,
Right, if you look at
Oh.
our comprehensive plan, though, we have a whole section on signage and that's discouraged.
yeah.
More accent lighting is preferred.
The code here says illuminated signs or lighting devices may be permitted, provided that they employ only fixtures emitting a light of constant intensity, and no sign shall be illuminated by or contain flashing or moving light or lights. Searchlights are not permitted. Illuminated signs shall be placed or directed so as to be localized and unobtrusive, shall be turned off no later than 11 PM or the close of business. They shall comply with the town's lighting laws and regulations. Certainly, the comprehensive plan would be a good guide to speak to that any further, but that's just what it says now in the code that I'm pulling up as it stands.
Now, does that pertain to if it's in the window or if it's in the dwelling?
I think it,
Or is it kind of both?
well, I think this is probably I can't say for sure. I think it's probably speaking to the public facing signs.
Right.
Freestyle.
You know, if you have something in the back that you can't see from the outside, I think that's different than something you have in the window that's meant to bring in people who are
Right.
passing by.
Yeah.
Probably, but I think at the end of the day, we can defer to the code enforcement officer since this says the code enforcement officer deals with sign permitting. I would also say though that it is a site plan, so the planning board should offer its input and any conditions it feels is appropriate. I do think that that does come into play in the site plan process, like you were saying.
Mark's gonna sign.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
I think I know they had a sign out by the road in the permanent 4x4 structure that they had there. And I know it had lighting that illuminated on that, but for anything in the window, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Now a little neon thing.
That was the open, that's the open sign. I think that's so. So I guess that does, yeah, how does that, how would that work if I want to put in the future, be able to put an open sign that would be like a light up LED sign just to let people know I'm open? Would that be something that would be allowed?
You know, I do agree with Teresa, we're trying to stay with our comprehensive plan,
Yeah.
which kind of wants it to keep that rural.
Right. I don't want it to be like a
Right,
heavy place where all the
exactly.
flashing lights and
And
stuff like
so,
that.
you know, I.
So-
Go ahead.
The special use permit code, so I was looking at the sign code, the special use permit code says that planning board is to consider signs. The proposed exterior signs, if any, and proposed exterior lighting with reference to glare, traffic safety, economic effect, and compatibility and harmony with properties in the district. So just what Teresa was saying, that dealing with compatibility and harmony. So I do think that the board has the authority to speak to how a sign might be designed, even though the permit would be ultimately issued by the code enforcement officer. I think you can put a condition there that says any sign, and then have some conditions on what the restrictions on the sign.
Does anyone else have any input on signage?
I mean, I think clearly you need an open sign, something that says
Yeah.
you're open and closed. I like the idea of making the sign from the inside,
Right.
like have some reflection outside. Were you planning on putting one of those?
So it is, I do have that mentioned, I think in the top left of my plan is putting a frame out there that says, I am open. And I was gonna bring that up when I had the opportunity to, that if it is, I don't want the signs to have it be a make or break for today. That if it's something that we want to come back and revisit for the LED signs, that I will still have the A-frame that'll say that I'm open, now open, and it'll be, that A-frame will be out during business hours only, it won't be staying on the road. For the whole week and then the night and stuff like that. So if the signs are an issue, that is something that, we can. We can come back and revisit, or, or if we want to stay with that rural look to it, we can just scrap it all together.
So the sandwich board sign, I'm not sure how that fits, if it's okay, it's okay, as long as.
Out and in, out during business, in after this.
Okay, so, and it doesn't have to be so far away from. Yeah, okay, so.
Not in
If
the
you
like
have to
public
visit someone,
walking.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Someone will come to you
Sure,
and say.
sure, Corey will come to
"Yeah,
you or
right,
something."
Corey will come to you and say,
Yeah.
please move your sandwich board 3 foot that way. Okay, he also asked for a site plan, which, I'm assuming that this is what you provided
Yep.
as the site plan. Did everyone have a chance to look over the site plan? Did anyone have any questions about it?
I know it's a lot of information that's packed into a little space, but I do have everything I need in there, including the why am I blanking on the name, the grease trap, so none of the grease goes into the septic tank. I have 2 hoods in there. The one hood is meant for electronic ovens, which I will be putting 2 ovens in there. That's the one that's kind of in the middle. The other hood, it does have a fire suppression system, and then we'll have a gas range in there. It does have all the nozzles and everything else. I'm basically waiting on approval for that, and then Tim Fest is a local resident, is gonna come in, and he's already looked at my system and given the okay. I just don't have the sticker yet, making sure that you guys are okay with the oven that's gonna be going in there. And then he'll come in and put the tank back in that he's already done a compression test with, to put my sticker on. And then as soon as I get my sticker, the health department can come in and do their final inspection, which they got that same plan. They okayed everything in that plan as well, minus putting in another hand washing sink. To be fully into code, which I have put in, but was after I've already submitted the floor plan. So it doesn't have the extra sink in there.
Where's the interesting?
It's gonna be to the right of the 3-bay sink. So right by your index finger there, that's the utility sink, so yeah, the longer sink, it's just to the right of that.
Okay.
And that'll have all the electronic, the dispenser for the paper towel and for the soap as well. So the employees aren't touching anything.
You mentioned that you're probably gonna be open 11 to 8, which time do you start?
All
All that?
So, it depends on what I'm cooking. Usually there's gonna be probably 2 days that are gonna be 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna be cooking most of the meat for the day. The meat takes anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to cook a good barbecue. I am cooking them in the electronic ovens, so it's not, with the health code, it's something that. I'm not saying that I would walk away from it, but it is something that it doesn't have to be tended to the whole time. It's not like an open flame, it's not a big smoker, it's not a gas range. They all have timers and fail safes on them as well. And then everything else will be warmed up for the day, and then I don't warm anything up twice. And I have a food bank that takes any food that, as long as it's still good, that feeds the less privileged up in the city. But they said they'll take all my, cause I would like to have a good product that I'm serving. I'm not trying to reheat stuff 2 to 3 times. Or 3 to 4 times to serve it, so everything else will be donated for the remainder of the week.
I can't recollect, was there a tube top outside at Mark's where when you walk in, like, they go picnic outside?
Yeah, I think there was like 2 picnic tables, I believe there.
Yeah,
So I don't have any picnic tables out there currently, but I did add those picnic tables because it is something I would like to do in the future. And I was told to put everything that I possibly might do on that plan, just so we can talk about it now and see if we can get approval. So Mark's did have 2 picnic tables. I put 3 in there because, you know, I would like to have 3. Yeah, there's currently none there just because I don't wanna, you know, either build them or pay for them and have you guys put the axe to it before I'm spending the money on it, so.
Guys, anybody have any other questions? Jeff? Nope, done?
You can go. Go ahead.
I just like to make sure that it has a well enough sign to attract business.
Yes.
So on the other side of my window, on the other window, I do have the my logo, a proposed sticker for the logo with my logo on it. But it is it wouldn't be illuminated besides the light that's on the outside of the porch. So it is something that would be able to bring people in, that people can see from the road and everything. And then I have that A-frame as well that I plan on putting out during business hours. So.
is there a limit to how many of those you can have?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, yeah, the sign code specifies that 1 A-frame sign is permitted for each business. And it should only be displayed during business hours and not be located in the road right of way or placed in a location to obstruct clear sight zone. Shall not exceed 8 square feet on each side. So there you go on A-frames.
Yeah, it's a pretty big A-frame if it's 8 feet on each side.
It was just like, like, wow.
That's a very reasonable, I think, like 492 or something like that. Yeah, right.
So, just to clarify on the signage, I can update the resolution if you want. Right now, it says 3-foot neon sign in the window. Do we want to say that needs to be taken off as a condition?
I think so. Would everyone be in agreement with that? The neon sign would be taken off. And he would use the A-frame and his logo, sticker logo that has either some type of light, outside lighting kind of directed at it, but
Yeah.
not the sign itself. It's lit off.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
So-
when you put the neon sign.
So what's a neon sign that is like, so that you
Like
can
his
put the
decor.
neon sign inside. I mean, we don't,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering,
I don't think we care about.
we don't care what's
that.
going on in the inside, but what was the neon sign gonna say?
It's just my logo.
It's just his
It's
logo
just
and
your
just the neon
logo.
goes around the
That's
outside of
fine.
it. It's decor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as it's not too bright and bothering everybody on Assembly Drive.
Right, okay.
okay, so I'll add this if this makes sense to the board. Prior to signatures or issuance of the special permit, the site plan shall be revised to remove the reference to the exterior facing neon sign in the window. Because right now it shows it there.
Right.
Also, another condition, all signage shall be in compliance with code, including that signage shall require a permit from the code enforcement officer in accordance with code. And then Teresa, did we want to get any more specific in terms of limiting exterior signage?
You mean as far as the open sign? goes?
Well, because you were talking about like lighting of signs and exterior and all that stuff. Did you want to offer anything more specific? Because when Corey goes to issue the permit, if we have a condition in here,
I think what Lauren was saying, directed light, accent lighting. Directed at the signage is better than
Then a light up
a
sign.
sign that carries its own light.
Just speaking in thought, would like a flag with your logo on it be considered a sign?
I think it's a little tacky. I don't think I'm gonna put a flag out there. No, I'm not, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
I know, like, I see like a big flag and stuff like that, and with what you're saying with keeping it like a rural looking place. I
Yeah,
don't think it-
get like that thought.
Yeah,
in
I
your
don't,
head.
I think I mean, not saying the neon probably isn't tacky as well, but I don't think just in my taste, I don't think I'd be putting a flag out there. I think some of those, like the big tall one that the ice cream place has, and I think Cafe Aaron put one out there as
Okay.
well, but, that I probably I don't wanna incriminate them though, but, yeah, I don't think, I do like the idea, but it's something that I probably would, shy away from.
I think it's gonna be a great fit for, the neighborhood. I think they'll get a lot of traffic.
I think so too, and I think that, you know, one of the draws, like when you said about Henrietta, right, is that someone with a light up sign.
Right,
Because they do want to draw someone's eye to their business. But here, you're not gonna have a lot of that, right, you're not gonna have a lot of that driving by traffic. I mean,
Right.
there's not a lot of traffic on Assembly
yeah,
Drive. So people will know when your sign is out that you're open.
right,
And I think that word is gonna just
yeah.
start flying around the town and.
No,
we're all
it
gonna-
already
we're
has,
gonna-
like,
right.
go anywhere, I would have somebody saying,
Somebody
like, hey,
saying
I heard
something.
something.
Yeah, yeah, so I
So-
think that, that you'll be good with that, and you know, Main Street Cafe right there on.
Yeah,
Up
I'm
there.
good friends with Joe.
I mean, and they, right, and they don't have like any big
No.
signage or anything,
I
like
think they
light
do have,
up
I
signs.
think they do have never mind, I'm not gonna say. it.
I mean, I'm just.
Does he have a flag?
talking.
He might have a flag, and I think he does have an open sign, that's in the window.
Oh,
It's
does
like
he?
a LED open sign. I'd
Okay.
have to double check, but I don't want to get him in trouble as well.
Oh, you're not gonna get him in trouble. I just thought that, I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing that like
Lighting the
that
parking
sign.
lot for the day.
Yeah, I think it's like a green, he has like an open close, it's like green when it's open, and it says open and it's white, when it says it's closed,
Okay, well,
but. So I mean, I was more or less sold on the bigger neon with I think you're right with having the A-frame out there and the following that I already do have in the town.
yeah,
But I think
you're gonna be
I
good.
think I'll be fine.
Because we're certainly not trying to discourage your business.
Right.
In any way, shape or form. We
Right.
want you to succeed.
Right.
So, does anyone else? have
You may have already said this. Did you say employees park in the back? or-
There is employee parking in the back, so
How many spots are back there?
there's, they line the building, I didn't know if I had to put it in there or not, but it's in between the dumpster and the back building there.
Right.
And there's all, parallel, spots that go from, my door all the way to the end of Speedy's. That they would be able to, that the employees would be able to use. And then there's also, auxiliary parking over by on the top right of the parking lot by the septic tank. There's spots that are, technically allocated to me from the landlord as well. And the employees will be able to park there.
And you have 10 parking spaces in front that are
Yeah.
dedicated just to you?
Oh, yeah, I've got the whole space right in front of me. And the concrete's all lower there too, so it's all, anybody with a wheelchair or anything can just wheel right up. On other spots, the concrete is raised with a little bit of a wood border, but everything in front of my building has been lowered.
Any other questions?
Your launch date,
Year round.
a hopeful launch date?
So I do plan, one second, I do plan on being open year round, but probably closing for all of February, because barbecue does slow down, during the winter. And it would be, limited hours. If everything goes well tonight, I was hoping to open in 2 weeks from today. If I get, approval and everything, you know, I'm already, getting ready for my catering season and the food truck season as it is. Yeah, I was hoping to be able to, open for the summer and be able to get my, everybody who doesn't already know about me, to get my name out, for graduation season, so I can,
What is the source of your meat?
I use everything from, the pigs so won't technically pertain to the restaurant. I use the Mennonites, out in Lyons, that it comes with a stamp and everything, so it's all good with the state. And then everything else comes from, Restaurant Depot, where I buy everything in bulk. With my pork, my brisket, my ribs, everything,
Is it just pork or chicken? too?
chicken, everything, yeah. Not everything, but I do a lot, and I offer jackfruit as well for, vegetarians. Barbecue jackfruit.
One quick question about that aspect here, so. So this is the accessible parking, do you know, is that parking for the whole lot?
No, that's just in front of my building,
Okay, so
There's
each
stuff that's in here.
storefront has its own curb cut to
yeah,
get into the building?
yeah.
Okay, good, so your tables aren't cutting off.
No, and then I've sized my tables too, so they're all under the awning. Cause I have like, I think I labeled it on there, I think I have like 7 feet. Maybe of sidewalk space, and I plan on cutting everything at least a foot short, I can't remember the exact dimensions I put. But the dimensions I think are labeled on the picnic table to the far left,
Yeah, 4x5.
yeah,
So you'd have to rotate the table
well, I was,
to get 3 feet, if you needed that, but you don't, because you just told me there's a curb cut pretty much at every storefront.
yeah,
Under that on,
so I
so
wouldn't need to
they could
rotate.
park there and get to their own spaces, I just was
Right.
concerned that these tape, if this was the only access up onto.
Oh, yeah, no,
then
it's
they
all,
could
it's
block.
all, yeah.
That sounds like that's not it.
Yep.
Just want to make sure I get the language right on sign lighting. That's okay.
Yeah.
So what I had written in there now is moreover, any signage if lit shall not be internally lit, but instead if lit shall be via separate lighting, for example, down facing gooseneck lighting. Is that what we're trying to say? If not,
Yeah.
if not, let
So
me
a
know.
light shining on it and not coming from it,
Right,
in layman's terms, right? I
Yeah.
think that's,
is that right?
The idea of the gooseneck is obviously for dark sky to make the light goes down to walk in, not to go out.
well, but you can have the gooseneck that comes all the way around and shines right at the sign.
Got it.
Or you can
So
have it
they-
on the ground.
Our gooseneck
Oh,
that goes straight down for
Right.
lighting for the floor, for the
I
ground.
think it's
Which
small.
are you
I should
thinking?
know this.
Or-
No, I think the sign, there's already lights that in the awnings, that
Can we put that in
illuminate
there?
the door area and the walls and the window. And then the only other sign that I would put in, which is in the plan as well, is on that 4x4 structure that's already permanently there. And every one of those little spots for the strip mall has its own little light at the bottom that points up towards the.
We just exclude any lit sign. Like signs that have internal lighting. And limit it that way and not say like if you have a spotlight or. a
Just say
light.
not internally lit.
I think
and leave it
so.
at that?
Like, what do you think? I kind of think,
I was gonna look at the verbiage right from the comprehensive plan and see if we could use that. Where it talks about.
We could just reference the comprehensive plan
There
too.
you go.
Yeah.
The lighting,
that.
to follow the standards probably set forth in the lighting section of the comprehensive plan.
That would still allow him to have a lighted open sign, correct? Or not?
Yeah, but I think even if it does though, I think I'm gonna shy away with it just to keep the, that rural look to the area,
thank you.
so.
Is that comprehensive plan update? That's in place now, right? It's been adopted.
Mhm.
All right, so I'll just say any signage shall be consistent with the standards set forth in the comprehensive plan.
Are you gonna do a fish Friday?
In the future, maybe, but right off the bat, no. I don't, and I'm another guy who opened Cafe Aaron. I had that fish fry last Friday. We both had it, and it was the best damn fish fry I've had in years.
Really?
I don't really want to compete against them, so. It was,
Yeah,
it
you
was
don't have
awesome.
to start serving barbecue.
Yeah, right, yeah, we'll stay in each other's boat, you know.
Okay, anybody else have any other?
Did you say 7 days? ago?
No, 5.
5.
The Saturdays and Sundays, I'm too busy with my catering side of my business that, with weddings, graduation parties and stuff like that.
Okay.
That I'm gonna be limiting it to, originally I was thinking Tuesday through Friday, but I think maybe Monday through Friday. So just the 5 days.
So if in the future you want to extend to 7 days
I want my weekends off.
or 6, okay, so you don't have any intention of expanding.
For the
into
next,
like a
for at least the
weekend
next year to 2 years, no, I mean, I'm so busy with catering on those days that, I mean, I might be there cooking, but it won't be open for the
for
general
business.
public.
Right, right, because that needs, you know where I'm going with this, it's like if he's saying he's only gonna be open these hours. Well, what would he have to do to come back? Does he have to come
Well,
back? and that's gonna
our
change it?
our resolution isn't limiting the hours.
It is not limiting that,
I
okay,
mean,
okay,
as it stands, it's not.
okay, that you don't want to limit him, I just
Perfect.
want to make sure that he has an opportunity to grow.
Gotcha.
And not have to worry that he's something's in place
Mhm.
that's gonna hold him back, if he decides Saturdays would be a good day to
Gotcha.
open, or if he gets some more employees without.
The only other thing to be aware of for the board and for you, if you're not aware of it, is that there was some question raised about the wastewater treatment system, and right now the resolution just says you've got to get approval from Monroe County DOH.
There was,
Regarding
I was going with that.
Okay.
Yep, but that's okay, go ahead.
That's it. That's what it says.
So is that with the septic or is that with the?
The wastewater treatment system.
Yes.
With
So that's-
for the septic, and I believe I had my landlord reach out and give at least give a updated schedule. He gets it pumped twice a year. And I think he gave I don't know where it is in the packet.
Yeah,
but,
it came, yeah, he
Yeah.
sent it.
So
But what we're saying is that this shows maintenance, that
it's
it's been,
just minutes,
that
so
it's been maintained.
yeah,
What we're saying is that in the resolution, we'd like the Monroe County to come out and take a quick look at it.
Yeah.
And write down that it's in workable order and
Yeah.
that everything complies.
okay.
We're happy with that.
Yeah.
So, You know, I think that's important. That's come up with some of the other businesses in the hamlet, so.
Yeah.
we wanna make
So
sure we're
I think I
consistent.
know what this is
Yeah.
talking about.
So, yeah, so
well,
anyway,
okay.
whatever, but we just wanna just make sure that that's, that it's been adequate.
Yeah.
Adequate for what.
Yeah,
you're-
from
what
the
you're
time that
doing.
I've spent down there, at least just with my word, the time that I spent down there cleaning everything, getting everything ready, that it doesn't smell like a septic tank down there, so. It does look like everything's in working order, but I would love to have somebody bring somebody down just to give it the okay for you guys.
Sounds good.
He had it cleaned on the January 30th of this year.
The landlord did, yes, he takes care of all of it.
I'm actually just reconsidering the way that condition is written. The last one we did this for, there was an outstanding like citation, right? There was an actual cited issue. This one isn't that. It's just our code enforcement officer saying requesting information showing the location, size, and adequacy. I don't know if the DOH would, I don't, maybe if our esteemed town board member over there might know whether they would just come out and look at an existing system that doesn't have any apparent problems. Is that something they'll do? Or? Okay,
But they will. That's part of the approval, Department of Health.
for a new restaurant at least.
For a restaurant. We'll look at it. Was a wastewater system for a previous food service establishment.
Okay, so you,
That's what they're looking at.
so you think this is okay? It's not gonna be some weird request that's gonna hold it up?
I think part of health. Let you know. Yeah.
Okay. Um.
What's the capacity of the tank, do you know?
Was it, it wasn't included in the,
Remember what he said. I don't, is it services 357? Right?
yeah, I had my landlord reach out and I didn't, I believe I was CC'd in the email, but I've
Yeah,
been so
it wa-
busy.
I'm sorry, it
uh,
was I could. It's, I should have it stapled to the actual receipt
this
of the
one?
pumping. Yes, so it's the letter in front of that. I may or may not have stapled them. I'm sorry, guys. It'll be,
Tank is located in the front parking area where you will notice the manhole cover. The skip service choice hereby burns the land, have a copy of the land service. Yeah, he doesn't say how large it is. So. So you think, so, Mr. Town Board Member, are we being reasonable when we say we'd like the DOH to approve the septic?
Okay, what I put in there, since they may not need like a permit from the DOH.
Oh.
Some written like, formal approval,
Mhm.
is that they should obtain confirmation by the DOH that it's permissible as is.
Right, in writing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've seen them email and things like that.
Yeah.
And hopefully your landlord would be able to take care of that, because it's really his or
Right,
her treatment system, not
Yeah.
yours.
so would this be something I need, before opening from, so
Yeah.
I need to go back and get this, okay.
and they may just know what it is in email. I will text you the name
Yeah.
after this of the contact there. And it may be something they just have records and can just attest to it
Okay.
without physically coming out.
Right.
Or they may come out. I can't say one way or another, but
So I guess that would be, my next question is, after I get that, approval, would I have to wait to come in front of you guys again? Or would that
No.
be something that would be, okay?
Nope.
So basically, as soon as I get that approval, you pass it down the line and then I would get the okay to open,
because Corey's gonna come out and do an inspection
Yeah.
prior to being opened.
so,
So he'll
That'd
need
be
all
okay.
of that before he can, because it is a special use permit, he's
Yeah.
gonna be involved.
okay.
So,
So as long as I have all those ducks in a row, when Corey comes to
Correct.
go finish all that
Yes.
stuff, it'll be, like, okay,
yeah, and I had we had an application here where the contact was, he looked in the files, knew about the septic, sent me a letter via
Yeah.
email.
I
So
wonder if it's
it's
still in the file with what Mark's had.
a very good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
That predates me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I can
Yeah.
definitely take care of.
I'll send you the
week
name of the
before end
person.
week and,
Yeah.
Be able to,
Mhm.
so I would like to be able to open up this month, so get the ball rolling. I'm excited.
So is, any more questions before I open the public hearing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna open the public hearing. We need to, I never know if we
No.
need to vote on this. We don't, just open it. Any public would like to be heard? Mr. Town Board Member, you're the only public we have. You got nothing for us, okay?
No one's
With that
online.
said, we'll close the public hearing. Do we need to vote on that? Yes, so. Can someone like to make a motion that we close the public hearing? And who would like to second it? Charlie?
Okay.
And all in favor? Aye, any opposed? No.
Okay, so open closed at 7:40.
So the next step, I guess, if no one has any other questions. Would you mind, going over the resolution?
Not at
with,
all.
The applicant, and we'll make sure that he understands it before we approve or disapprove of this, permit.
Sure. Yeah, right now, we have a resolution for the board that we've modified a bit this evening. Which provides a number of recitals, including who the applicant is, what's being proposed at a restaurant. That a restaurant's historically been operated there. That this action doesn't include the use of a mobile food preparation vehicle on the site for service. That the planning board has reviewed this. It's not subject to seeker. That it essentially, and I'm summarizing,
Yeah, I know.
essentially, that it meets all the requirements required to issue a special use permit. And then if the board would like to move forward, that this special use permit will be approved for the proposed restaurant, subject to 4 conditions. Those 4 conditions are removing the reference to the neon sign that we talked about, addressing the building inspector's letter with the building inspector, you deal with him.
Yep.
Obtaining confirmation from the DOH that the private wastewater treatment system is acceptable to the satisfaction of the building inspector. So you just work directly with him on that.
Right.
And then, and that's his comment. I mean, that's what it came out of his comments.
Yeah.
And then the last one would be that the signage would be in compliance with code and consistent with the comprehensive plan.
You
Cool.
weren't gonna remove the. You weren't gonna say that the signage should not have internal lighting? Or do we need to say that?
I changed it to consistent with the comprehensive plan. But it's up to you. It's your conditions.
And the first condition did say that we, to remove that from the site plan as well, so.
Well, remove the neon sign from the
Right.
window. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, does a comprehensive plan kind of speak for itself on that topic or?
It shows good examples, but it doesn't exclude things. And I think if we could exclude neon signage. And then along with that, follow the criteria set. I think that would be more clear.
Okay, so we'll say it shall not include neon lighting. And shall otherwise be consistent with the comprehensive plan.
should it be neon and LED, or just, should it be illuminated,
Can we-
make it more clear, or,
Internally illuminated signage.
yeah.
About that.
I just- I mean, I understand where I need to be, but just so it's, more.
Okay.
Understandable in the, I guess, from here going forward.
So change. Will not be, says it shall not be internally illuminated.
Okay. So, with all that said, you understand the conditions that are set forth here.
Yep.
Planning board. Would you like to make, someone like to make a motion that we approve this, special use permit? Earl, he probably wants to go home.
He wants to come over and try some of the bar.
Yeah.
There it is.
And
And
Okay.
you seconded as well, and all in favor?
and to be clear, this
Oh.
motion is pursuant to that written resolution we just discussed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, not a problem.
Okay, all in favor?
Okay,
Any opposed? Nope. Yeah.
congratulations, yay. So
Thank you.
I am off tomorrow, but Friday I will send you electronically that resolution.
You gotta go home and study.
I do. I will send you the resolution when I get from Don and I'll write up I will mail it, but I'll also email it to
Yeah.
you.
that's-
So if
yeah,
you can give me
we'll have to go
Friday.
on the,
Yeah, and I just sent you the contact.
text me,
I just
email.
did,
Well,
just did. That was,
Text me, email me everything else on.
Oh,
Friday,
sure, so
I
you'll
can go
know.
to the
Yep.
office and get it done.
you got it.
Awesome.
But I sent you the contact person so you can start that.
Yeah.
Okay,
perfect. Awesome.
yes. All right, congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you everybody for your time. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yes,
Very
bye-bye.
cool.
Bye.
And I think mom's gonna be a great asset. She's
Yeah.
doing all the
Yeah.
golf, she's doing all the golf, she's
You know, I'm
doing
not
all.
a favorite.
I do lots of things, I just don't get paid.
Well,
Yeah.
you're the best employee.
Yeah.
I pay you.
Instantly.
We got to dinner like once every 3 months or something.
Mother's Day's coming, Pat. Mother's Day's coming. Yeah, don't forget that. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Look
Yeah,
at
I grace with my presents every day.
Oh, I just got,
Okay.
thanks, Don. That was
Thank you.
fast.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, take
See
it
you
easy.
later.
Have a good night.
Oh, that's like, go home.
Yeah. Me too, Lauren.
Alright, so now is there any other public comment from any public news? If we have general discussion. Anybody have anything that they want to bring up or anything that, anybody hear anything back from the Palos?
Don, nope, that's you. Glenn emailed me, said he still hadn't heard anything from him. It's just
They-
kind of
they-
stagnant.
An engineer,
Oh, wait, we're talking Palo. I'm talking Salvisky. Palo, he's gotten an engineer. Thank you for being, oh my gosh.
well, an engineer.
Salvisky is not gonna build a barn.
Oh, for real? That's the final answer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So they're withdrawing the application?
Yeah.
I will get into, I need, yeah, I'll need something in writing from them in order to do that. That's interesting. Okay, thank you. And then, so Palo engaged an engineer. He asked me not to put him on the zoning board, so he was scheduled May 9th. So he's waiting until they may move it. They're trying to find a little more room, a little more of a setback, so they're kind of playing with it. So all of that might change. And he wants to wait till he has that before I put him for the zoning board. So we're looking a little bit.
Does he need to keep his notice up? I don't know, I think it's gone. Well, he was there and then I.
That's
didn't see it again,
that's
so I
for
didn't
the
know.
zoning board.
Right, so I didn't
So
know if
no,
he needed to
no,
stay up
he
there.
doesn't need it up until I have a new date.
Got it.
And I mean, realistically, because anything with winds and stuff. So yeah, I'll advise him when it's time.
Look at the sun. It will not fit where they want it. It will be 5 feet off the property line. If they're low.
I know.
That was the one where they had the corner lot.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the Salvisky's barn to move it where we had requested was an additional $80,000.
80?
Oh. Well,
Okay. All right, any other general discussion? Charlie, you got anything for us? You got nothing? Teresa?
I have a question, but I don't know if it's something that can be answered about the neon signs. Let's say there's a property that has many neon signs up that we didn't know about, and then they went up. Is there something that can be done retroactively, like after the fact?
If it's, I mean, it depends on if it's in compliance with code or not.
I mean,
If a sign requires a code permit, if a sign requires a sign permit for a code and it doesn't have one, then that's a code enforcement issue.
Are, so if someone was just putting up new signs, would they have to come to the planning board for approval?
I haven't researched the issue, but just based on the sign code, it does look like it requires a permit from the code enforcement officer.
Just a permit, not a planning board.
I think if you're doing a site plan like we did tonight, that would be part of our review. If you're doing a site plan or special use permit, that's one of the things we're supposed to look at, is a sign. The signage, I should say.
When they go for a permit, they would have to say what they're putting up, they would have to say
Yeah.
that it's neon signs and the quantity and all that.
I'm not sure what details need to be provided, but certainly enough detail in order for the code enforcement officer to make a decision. Yeah, I would think.
And then he could choose to refer them to the planning board for our opinion or.
I think any denials is appealable to the zoning board.
code enforcement interpretation goes to zoning board.
And I
That's
did
my
s-
question.
And I didn't see any,
Fuck.
I didn't see anything in the code specifically talking about neon signs. So,
And do they only need, I think they only, you, Mr. Pollak, might know the answer to this. Do they only need to go to, the code enforcement officer for a permit if the sign is of a certain size?
Or all signs have to get permitted?
All signs that
All signs need to be permitted, okay.
the signage ordinances on our list. to look at.
Oh, okay.
This is up to date.
Okay.
Current technologies.
How do-
Ms.
what
Lovell,
about-
do you have something
We
you
have a
would
public
say?
comment. I just have a question about, so you have bars, right? And you have restaurants and stuff that have them. I'm just curious, you know, what I mean, there's neons there. That was just my question. I don't mind looking at you. That was just my question.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's a Consideration.
Yeah, okay,
Many considerations.
right.
So it says you have to. You gotta be able to advertise that you're open and bring in business, but. You also need to be in with character of the community and. Sure there is that one specific area that everybody's.
Yeah, it popped right in my head.
Yeah, that
I-
is.
Right when you started it,
And,
right?
but it's not, that's. A different kind of measurement than we have in our code. So. This is the easy way to do, but my thought was. Not be brighter than the ambient lighting, the neighborhood ambient lighting. Something like those lines, that's not measurable. We need something that's measurable.
I think we're good on this one, I think.
Oh, for this one, I
For
think we're
this one,
good.
I
I
think
mean,
we're
we're just
good.
thinking of those easier, possible codes, things like that.
When we get a copy of the update to the design ordinance, we will send to the planning board for.
Is there yet a quantity of signs that
There
can be
is,
put up? Political signs, I believe, is 4. But how about a restaurant? If other business-
Between 4 and 30, depending on.
I think it has to do that, it has to do with the. Where the percentage of your window, right? So if you have a wall window, you have more signs.
There's a whole article on signs in the code. So with all kinds of,
Relaxation,
Yeah.
reading before bed.
Yeah, and we thought, hey, here's a piece of low hanging fruit, we started staring at the park, it's not low hanging fruit.
Yeah,
Is it really, like you said, then you get political signs, permanent signs, is this a sign? If I take a political sign and nail it to my siding, is it still a sign?
I know certain historic districts just go flat out say no neon, no internally illuminated signage. So if that's something that we wanted to do, I know you can exclude that sort of stuff, and like historic districts, they don't do that, they don't allow it, and everything's illuminated perfectly fine with accent lighting. You know, but then how does that work for things that are already existing? That's tough. Because you do have bars and certain corner stores
Absolutely.
that are just a little crazy, so it's tough.
yeah, I mean, if they're legally pre-existing, then that's
Right, I think,
one thing.
right,
They're
right,
probably,
they're like
they may
grandfathered in,
be
right?
protected or grandfathered if they're legally pre-existing,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, but it can let people know that they're open without lighting up the
Right.
intersection.
right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, it depends on if they're legally pre-existing. Sometimes even pre-existing uses can be limited in some ways, depending on a whole fact set of analysis, but
But when their bulbs run out, they're not allowed to replace them.
LEDs are good.
Oh. Anybody else have any other questions or anything else that they'd like to discuss other than our upcoming meeting?
Oh, right.
with-
You've got one.
I am not going to be at the
Yeah.
meeting.
Probably not me either. Trying to get someone to fill in for me on my son's concert, and he has a solo, and I keep missing a lot of kid stuff. So I'm trying to. get
So Earl.
that. Earl's taking
Put you
shit.
on deck for to run the meeting for the Ferrero.
You might have Bonnie
Then I,
if I would.
Uh,
Yeah.
What can I say, Earl? Are you good?
why not?
Well, I don't know, I mean.
Yeah, I just
better
need
than
to
me.
know, yeah, if anybody else isn't gonna be here. So it's Wednesday, the 15th.
Wednesday the 15th. And then, our June 5th meeting has been canceled unless.
Unless you need to bring someone back. Right? So like if Ferraro has to come return or whatnot. And 19th is, we're closed, Juneteenth. So we
Oh,
have-
17th, that's right.
there will be no meeting then. So after June 5th, then you're looking at July 5th, so we need to address that too, when the time is. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have quorum. I don't have quorum. Yeah, so that's just kind of check your schedules and let me know.
It's July 3rd.
Yeah,
Third is the Wednesday.
It's 3rd, so is that the holiday or is the 5th the holiday?
It's Wednesday. Oh, wait a minute.
That's
What's
the 5th is the holiday.
Wednesday? What's the first Wednesday there?
3rd.
the third.
Huh,
So in the holiday, I think it's the fifth.
huh. I don't know.
Let's see, actually.
Do you have it?
Yeah, let me
federal
see if I
holiday
put-
for
it's, Juneteenth is the 19th,
Yeah, but it's like.
and then it says Thursday the 4th.
And that's it?
Well, I think
Well, I don't know if my calendar is accurate, but that's what it says. It says the 4th.
I think we have
Two Planning board meetings in a row that are federal holidays.
Right.
This year.
Well, the 3rd isn't a holiday, though. The 3rd is Wednesday.
Third is Wednesday. It's just more of a people traveling. I want to make sure I have quorum. So I know I won't have Nicole.
Right.
And
we
I know
can-
Earl's
we'll
gonna
get
hit the
closer.
beach.
I mean,
Yeah.
we might not even have anything that's coming.
Right, it's
up for
more,
that date, so-
right, but my cutoff isn't done, so I just,
Why we have a meeting coming up on Baker.
15. Oh, you guys do, oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
So
Sorry.
I won't be here for that either.
So what we can do is address this at the town board. And advertise a date if possible. Which would be 26th. If needed.
Oh, for in between those two
Oh.
holidays.
2 days.
Hold on, that's,
June.
I gotta look at it.
I'm just throwing this out there. I don't.
An alternate, and that's,
Oh, I won't be here on June 12th. See this, I won't be here June 26th.
Okay.
If anybody cares, but Earl left.
Show of hands, who's out June 26th. You just said you're.
It's me. I know. My daughter's getting married. I know, what can I say?
oh, yeah, I gotta go to that too.
We should all go.
You
She's
should.
hoping, and the only people that are going are her mother and father.
Will there be guacamole? We just wanna know if there's guacamole. Okay, we have prior,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Okay, so, do you wanna not,
Well, here's the problem. If somebody comes in.
Right.
It's gonna be tough to tell them
Mid-July.
that.
There's
yeah,
two.
June 5th is already done.
June is
And you
done.
won't
and-
be able to come in until June 9th.
Yeah, that's.
you can't come June 19th, it's Juneteenth,
I'm sorry, July.
July 17th, yeah.
July 17th, so you're putting them out, what today is the first.
First,
Should be right up.
yeah, it's the first, yeah,
So you're putting them out 8 weeks.
yeah, which is 3 weeks longer.
We should find another day. Yeah, 26th, the 3rd.
Yeah.
The week after, even if it's a
The
Thursday.
third's gonna be. tough.
Thursday's tough 'cause it's zoning
Typically,
board.
Holidays don't. Historically. And I mean, we don't do it before Thanksgiving, never had meetings.
What about the week before, the 26th or the 27th? I know Lauren won't be here, but we'll miss you.
Like,
Oh, I'm
I
sure you
can't
will.
do 27th because that's a potential zoning board. Unless y'all just wanna have one big meeting. So 26th, or, that's really it. For the 12th.
That, which we have a quorum on the 26th.
I'm available.
Earl, what kind of plans do you have on June 26th?
How many do you need? I'm questionable.
Three.
Okay, so why don't you count me out just to be safe?
On the 26th?
Yeah,
So it would be.
This is June 26th we're talking.
Earl, Charlie.
that's enough.
Available on 26th.
Yep.
So I mean, that is a quorum. And worse, if we schedule it and there's not a quorum.
Cancel, that's what it is.
Quorum.
But are you gonna check with the town or,
We'll have to talk about it at the town board meeting.
and then you
It's
guys
not
will make
being
the, you guys
advertised.
will decide on at the May 15th meeting?
May 13th, yeah, May 13th, they'll decide.
Yeah, but I mean, our
Right.
May 15th meeting, we'll decide, we'll nail down the date that.
Well, you won't be there, I won't be here, so they're gonna have to nail it down. Nail it down, Earl, let me know.
If that's how that
So
goes.
bad.
Yeah.
If we advertise it, we have to advertise it. It's gotta be so many days ahead.
Five.
What
What I'm
evenings?
thinking is we'll just
5 days.
pick that.
What
And
kind,
right now you
Advertising
want
in
us to
print
do
is
it,
A little bit tough to do 5 days in the paper.
so are you saying that we should do that, like, just decide right now that that's gonna be?
Yeah,
We're
that-
not gonna have a meeting on the 19th, on Juneteenth.
we
We're not gonna
can't,
meet on
We can't, we're just not.
No,
open,
I know,
right, Yeah,
I know. In July 3rd is probably not good because we won't have a quorum on July 3rd. So we'll have a meeting June 26th.
That's what I'll propose to the town board.
And if they approve that, then we'll go ahead and advertise that.
Yeah, then we advertise it. Michelle will do the advertisement saying June 3rd is canceled.
July
July
3rd.
3rd.
July 3rd is
thank you.
canceled, Juneteenth is canceled.
June 3rd.
Well,
July
that's really
26th
weird.
is an alternate date,
June 26th,
because this room is,
June 20. It should be,
It
I,
is.
the only thing is Thursdays, the second and fourth is zoning board, and they're hit and miss on if I have applications. HPC and or ECB, which ECB is Tuesday, they can go in the courtroom. So I don't know if anybody else,
Go in the courtroom too, I mean.
right, I don't know of anybody else, but I don't know. I mean, I don't have a book. I'll talk to Michelle Friday, nothing tomorrow, Friday.
But we can always go to the community center too if we had to, right?
Yeah, if you guys want to help me with the tables. Thanks.
Just saying. we have
Yeah,
options.
we do have options. We would just have to know that when we advertise it.
Yeah.
Well, it's open, right? And there's,
Right,
No,
I don't know if I will confirm everything Friday, nothing tomorrow. I'll confirm Friday with Michelle. She has the book of anybody that needs here, but I don't really know of. There's things I just don't know. Yeah, okay. You guys want to adjourn?
Oh,
It's up
so
to you.
let's make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Okay,
Oh, and someone for a second,
thank you.
Charlie.
Charlie.
all in favor? Any
8:01.
opposed? Put your hand down over there, Mr. Public.
All right, hold on.
You're opposing. Let's see.